Who truly owns the stage when the world's biggest rock star meets the world's biggest pop phenomenon? Chris Martin didn't just collaborate, he observed. From rehearsal rooms to stadium lights, which BTS member actually commanded the most gravity? Let's dissect the unfiltered truth behind the charisma. Number 7. The Visual Soul, V. When Chris Martin first arrived in Seoul to record My Universe, he didn't just see 7 global idols. He saw 7 distinct artistic frequencies. But it was Kim Taehyung, known globally as V, who immediately struck a chord with the Coldplay frontman through a rare combination of old soul baritone and effortless stage presence. During their studio sessions, which were captured in the Inside My Universe documentary, Martin was visibly impressed by the way V approached his vocal delivery, treating every line not just as a lyric, but as a cinematic moment. This specific appreciation deepened during the live performances, particularly when Coldplay invited BTS to join them at Global Citizen Live in New York. Martin has frequently spoken about the pleasure and genuine love he feels for the group, but his interaction with V revealed a shared language of performance that transcends choreography. V possesses what industry veterans call magnetic stillness, a quality where he doesn't need to move aggressively to hold a stadium's attention. His gaze and the deliberate pacing of his movements create a gravitational pull. In various interviews, including his chat with Zane Lowe on Apple Music One, Martin emphasized that the collaboration felt authentic because the BTS members brought a level of real communication to the music. For V, that communication is visual and emotional. Whether he was standing on a circular stage in Los Angeles during the Permission to Dance on Stage tour where Martin made a surprise appearance, or recording in a booth in Korea, V's ability to remain on without being performative is what cemented his status in Martin's eyes as a standout charismatic force. This isn't about who dances the fastest, but about who fills the silence between the beats with pure, unadulterated character. V didn't just perform a song. He inhabited the universe Martin created, turning a 3-minute track into a shared experience that felt intimate even in a crowd of 50,000. That raw, artistic sincerity is exactly why the world's biggest rock star looked at this K-pop icon and saw a peer who truly understood the weight of a spotlight. V's charisma isn't a loud shout. It's a confident whisper that echoes longer than any high note. Number 6. The Rhythm Master, J-Hope. While every member of BTS brings a unique energy to the stage, Chris Martin's observation of J-Hope, born Jung Hoseok, centers on a specific brand of professional charisma that acts as the heartbeat of any production. During the collaborative process of My Universe, Martin witnessed firsthand the meticulous nature of J-Hope's performance style, a blend of technical precision and an almost supernatural ability to radiate joy. This wasn't just about a guest feature. It was about the synergy of 2 artists who view music as a vessel for positivity. In the behind-the-scenes footage from the Coldplay and BTS recording sessions, J-Hope's focused intensity during his verse delivery caught Martin's eye, leading to a visible mutual respect that translated seamlessly to the stage. When the 2 groups finally united at the 2021 American Music Awards, the world saw J-Hope's explosive presence command the arena, a moment where Martin later noted the sheer power and unity the group brings to their craft. Martin has often described the collaboration as one of the most rewarding experiences of his career, and much of that comes from the high-energy, flawless execution that J-Hope guarantees. Beyond the choreography, J-Hope possesses a stage-commanding aura that Martin recognized as being essential for stadium-scale entertainment. He isn't just a dancer, but a conductor of the crowd's emotions. During the BTS Permission to Dance on Stage tour in Los Angeles, where Martin made a surprise appearance to perform their hit collaboration, the interaction between them highlighted a shared professional DNA, the showman instinct. J-Hope's ability to transition from a sharp, aggressive rap flow to a wide smiling, inclusive performance style mirrors Martin's own philosophy of making every person in the furthest seat feel seen. In interviews with various international outlets, Martin praised the extraordinary discipline of the members. But J-Hope's charisma stands out because it is rooted in structural perfection and an infectious, high-octane spirit that never wavers, even under the most intense global scrutiny. He represents the bridge between the technical rigors of K-pop and the free-spirited energy of a rock concert, a duality that Martin found both refreshing and profoundly impressive. J-Hope doesn't just fill his space on stage. He expands it until the entire stadium is vibrating on his frequency. If the performance is a machine, J-Hope is the high-performance engine that makes sure the world keeps spinning exactly as planned. Number 5. The foundation of flow, RM. When Chris Martin first conceptualized the bridge between London and Seoul, he wasn't just looking for a vocal layer. He was seeking a philosophical partner, and he found that intellectual and charismatic anchor in Kim Namjoon. Martin's respect for RM is documented not just through their musical output, but through the profound way they communicated during the drafting of My Universe, where Martin famously handed the creative reins of the Korean lyrics to the BTS leader. This gesture of trust was born from Martin observing RM's natural authority, a commander-in-chief, charisma that operates with a quiet, scholarly intensity. During the filming of the Inside My Universe documentary, Martin's body language toward RM reflected a peer-to-peer acknowledgement. He saw a man who wasn't just leading a group, but was curating a cultural movement. This specific brand of charisma was on full display during the 2021 American Music Awards and later at the sold-out SoFi Stadium shows, where RM's stage presence acted as the grounding force for the entire production. Martin has noted in interviews with the likes of Rolling Stone that the collaboration felt more real than anything, largely due to RM's ability to translate complex emotions into a language that felt universal. On stage, RM doesn't just perform. He occupies space with a heavy, deliberate significance, using his height and his resonant voice to anchor the spectacle, a quality Martin recognized as essential for a stadium-level frontman. In the chaotic environment of a global tour, where thousands of moving parts must align, Martin observed RM's calm at the center of the storm, a zen-like charisma that allows him to direct the energy of tens of thousands with a single hand gesture. This wasn't just about rap verses. It was about the way RM carries the weight of the BTS legacy while remaining an open, curious collaborator. Martin's admiration for RM's leadership was further cemented when he gifted RM his own cherished acoustic guitar, a symbolic passing of the torch that acknowledged RM's role as a true musician and a charismatic force of nature. Even in moments of high-octane choreography, RM's charisma remains rooted in his authenticity and his intellectual depth, creating a thoughtful power that Martin found deeply compelling. He is the one who ensures the message never gets lost in the pyrotechnics, providing the narrative gravity that makes the entire My Universe era feel like a genuine human connection rather than a commercial transaction. RM's charisma is the lighthouse in the middle of a stadium sea, steady, unwavering, and impossible to ignore even from the furthest horizon. This intellectual dominance is the hidden engine of their stage presence, proving that the most powerful form of charisma is the one that knows exactly where it's going. Number 4. The golden standard, Jungkook. When Chris Martin stepped onto the stage at SoFi Stadium to join BTS for a surprise performance, he wasn't just joining a boy band. He was stepping into the orbit of a performer whom Martin later described as having an almost frightening level of natural talent. Jungkook, the youngest member of the group, represents a specific type of apex performer charisma that Chris Martin recognized as being remarkably similar to the great stadium rockers of the past. A tireless, high-precision energy that never dips below 100%. During the production of My Universe, Martin was captured in documentary footage watching Jungkook record his vocal takes with an expression of pure awe, later remarking on how impressive the young singer's technical control was. This professional admiration transitioned into a genuine stage bond. Martin has often highlighted how Jungkook's presence serves as the powerhouse of the group's live dynamic. During the 2021 American Music Awards, While the world watched the spectacle, Martin was seen vibing specifically to the raw vocal stability Jungkook maintained while executing complex choreography, a feat that Martin, as a seasoned touring veteran, knows is incredibly difficult to sustain. The charisma Jungkook exudes is what Martin identifies as the natural, a performer who doesn't just learn the stage but owns it by biological right. In interviews with NME and during his appearance on The Kelly Clarkson Show, Martin spoke about this special energy of the collaboration, and much of that energy is anchored by Jungkook's ability to project his voice and personality to the very last row of a 60,000-seat arena. Martin witnessed Jungkook's center stage gravity, where every movement is magnified by a sense of youthful defiance and absolute confidence. This charisma isn't just about being a pop star. It's about the athletic and emotional endurance required to lead a global tour, a trait Martin saw mirrored in Jungkook's work ethic during their time together in New York and Seoul. Whether it was Jungkook's ad-libs during the climax of their joint performance, or the way he navigated the stage with a grin that felt both intimate and world-conquering, Martin recognized a peer who thrives under the crushing pressure of the spotlight. For Martin, Jungkook is the golden element that ensures the spectacle never loses its shine, providing a relentless, high-octane charisma that acts as the ultimate insurance policy for a live show. He is the visual and sonic personification of momentum, a performer who doesn't wait for the audience to cheer, but commands them to through sheer, undeniable force of will. This isn't just talent. It's a rare, stadium-filling magnetism that Martin knows is the difference between a good show and a legendary one. Jungkook doesn't just occupy the center. He is the center, pulling every eye and every ear toward him until the rest of the world simply fades into the background. Number 3. The ethereal high Jimin. When Chris Martin first saw BTS perform live, he didn't just see a group. He saw a collection of distinct energies, and Jimin's was the one that Martin later described as being otherworldly. Park Jimin possesses a specific, fluid charisma that Chris Martin recognized as being essential to the emotional peaks of their collaboration, My Universe. During the recording process and the subsequent live stages, Martin was visibly captivated by Jimin's unique vocal color, a delicate yet piercing tenor that cuts through the wall of sound in a stadium. Martin has often spoken about the beauty and grace the members bring to their craft, but with Jimin, that grace is physical. In the behind-the-scenes footage from their New York meetings, Martin observed Jimin's natural way of moving, which carries the poise of a contemporary dancer even when he's just standing in a recording booth. This effortless elegance is what Martin noted as a standout feature during their joint performance at the American Music Awards, where Jimin's stage presence acted as the visual crescendo of the night. Martin, who often uses his own body as an instrument on stage, recognized in Jimin a fellow artist who understands that charisma is as much about the silhouette as it is about the sound. In his interview with Zane Lowe, Martin highlighted how the collaboration felt like a real circle of friends, and Jimin's warm, yet intensely focused aura was a key part of that bond. During the Permission to Dance on Stage tour in Los Angeles, where Martin joined the group for an emotional rendition of their track, the interaction between them showed a deep mutual respect. Martin seemed to lean into the high-frequency energy that Jimin radiates. Jimin's charisma is what industry experts call dual-natured. He can switch from a soft, endearing persona to an aggressive, high-impact performer in a split second, a transition that Martin found extraordinary to witness in person. For Martin, Jimin represents the artistic soul of the stage, someone who doesn't just execute a dance, but interprets the music through every fiber of his being. This isn't just about being a visual. It's about a deep-seated commitment to the performance that Martin recognized as being rare even at the highest levels of the industry. Whether it was Jimin's iconic high notes in the bridge of My Universe, or the way he held the camera's gaze during the music video shoot, Martin saw a performer who understands the power of vulnerability on a grand scale. Jimin doesn't just perform for the crowd. He pulls the crowd into his own private world, creating an intimacy that fills an entire stadium. He is the flash of light that captures the eye and doesn't let go until the final note has long since faded. Jimin's charisma is the ultimate proof that the most powerful presence on stage isn't always the loudest, but the one that moves with the most purpose. He is the silent earthquake, a force that shifts the ground beneath the audience's feet before they even realize what's happening. Number 2, the worldwide spark, Jimin. When Chris Martin first conceptualized My Universe, he was searching for a sense of cosmic sincerity, and he found the personification of that quality in Kim Seokjin. The relationship between the Coldplay frontman and BTS's eldest member is perhaps the most documented and deeply personal bond within the entire collaboration, rooted in a mutual understanding of what it means to be a performer of the people. During their initial meetings in Seoul, Martin was struck by Jin's disarming charisma, a rare mixture of worldwide handsome, confidence, and a grounding, humble approachability that Martin later described as being incredibly kind. This wasn't just a professional courtesy. Martin was so moved by Jin's passion for music and his role within the group that he famously gifted Jin his favorite Lucky guitar, the very one he had played for over a decade. In the Inside My Universe documentary, you can see the genuine shock and reverence in Jin's eyes, a moment that Martin later explained was born from seeing Jin's genuine heart. On stage, Martin observed Jin's charisma as the silver voice that provides the emotional climax of their joint performances. During the 2021 American Music Awards and the subsequent Los Angeles Stadium residency, Martin witnessed how Jin could command a crowd of 50,000 with nothing but a steady gaze and a soaring vocal line. Martin has noted in various press junkets that Jin possesses a classic charisma, reminiscent of the great arena rock vocalists who don't need gimmicks to connect with the audience. This bond reached its historical peak when Martin invited Jin to Argentina in late 2022 to debut his solo single, The Astronaut, during Coldplay's Music of the Spheres World Tour. Performing in front of a massive Buenos Aires crowd, Martin introduced Jin not just as a collaborator, but as a brother, watching from the side of the stage with visible pride as Jin owned the massive runway. Martin recognized in Jin a fellow artist who understands the duty of joy, the responsibility of a performer to uplift the spirits of the audience regardless of the pressure behind the scenes. Jin's charisma is characterized by its stability. He is the pillar of the group's live presence, offering a vocal and physical reliability that Martin found deeply impressive. In the chaotic, high-energy environment of a stadium show, Jin's ability to remain perfectly in tune and emotionally resonant is what Martin identified as a mark of a true professional. For Martin, Jin isn't just a pop icon. He is a storyteller who uses the stage to bridge the gap between the monumental and the personal. This specific brand of charisma is what allowed My Universe to feel like a human anthem rather than just a chart-topping hit. Jin doesn't just sing to the audience. He sings with them, creating a shared space of warmth that Martin himself strives for in every Coldplay concert. He is the steady hand on the wheel of the performance, ensuring that even in the middle of a galactic-scale production, the human connection remains front and center. Jin's charisma is the lighthouse of the group, bright, unwavering, and possessing a timeless quality that transcends trends or genres. He proved to Martin that you can be the biggest star in the world and still be the most relatable person in the room, a duality that is the rarest form of stage magic. When the lights go down, it's Jin's resonant warmth that stays with the crowd, proving that true charisma isn't about the noise you make, but the light you leave behind. Number 1, the unshakable cool, Suga. When Chris Martin first sat down with the members of BTS, he encountered 7 distinct personalities, but it was Min Yoongi, known as Suga, who offered a specific, sharp-witted charisma that Martin found profoundly grounded. During the collaborative journey of My Universe, Martin observed Suga's silent observer energy, a professional poise that Martin later identified as the mark of a true producer and songwriter. In the documentary footage of their recording sessions, Martin is seen actively engaging with Suga's creative input, recognizing a shared passion for the technical architecture behind a hit song. This, behind-the-scenes, charisma translates into a powerful, understated stage presence that Martin witnessed firsthand during their joint performances in New York and Los Angeles. Suga's charisma isn't about grand gestures or high-energy dancing. It is rooted in a controlled fire that Martin recognized as being remarkably effective in a stadium setting. Martin has often praised the extraordinary talent of the group, but his respect for Suga's cool demeanor was evident during the 2021 American Music Awards, where Suga's calm, rhythmic delivery acted as the perfect counterweight to the explosive energy of the performance. In interviews, Martin has emphasized the real friendship that developed between the two bands, and Suga's blunt, honest, and professional approach was a cornerstone of that bridge. During the Permission to Dance on Stage tour, Martin saw how Suga could command the attention of 60,000 people with just a microphone and a steady, focused walk across the stage. A less is more philosophy that Martin himself has explored throughout his decades-long career. Martin recognized in Suga a fellow artist who values the weight of words and the power of silence, a rarity in the high-octane world of global pop. This unshakable quality is what Martin found most charismatic about Suga. He is the person who remains entirely himself regardless of the scale of the spectacle. Whether he was delivering his sharp rap verse in My Universe or sharing a quiet laugh with Martin during rehearsals, Suga projected a level of self-assuredness that Martin noted as being deeply impressive. For Martin, Suga represents the intellectual grit of the group, providing a layer of authenticity and street-smart charisma that grounds the celestial themes of their collaboration. He is the anchor that prevents the spectacle from floating away, offering a raw, human energy that Martin knows is essential for a song to truly resonate. Suga doesn't need to fight for the spotlight. The spotlight naturally settles on him because of the sheer weight of his presence. He is the quiet storm, a performer who proves that the most magnetic person on stage is often the one who says the most by doing the least. This unwavering confidence is the ultimate form of charisma, a silent declaration of power that Martin recognized, respected, and celebrated as the final piece of the BTS universe.